Yo, what's going on, guys? Matt Savior here, and I am back for MBL Season 8 Draft Analysis. So I'm super excited for this league. I end up subbing in Season 7 and becoming the runner-up of the Master Ball League, which I'm back again for Season 8 this time, and I actually get to draft my team this time, so I'm super excited because I just found that MBL was a very good league that I enjoy drafting in. So, this league is owned by DKK and Awesome Totero, so I just want to thank them for letting me join again and play another season of MBL. It's fantastic. But yeah, so let's get right into my draft analysis. So I made a little bit of a spreadsheet. I sort of copied their spreadsheet and then just changed it myself. But overall, these are the 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 coaches. Apologies. Right here I am the London Luxrays. I'm playing as the London Luxrays this season, and yeah, overall it would be cool. If you want to join the Discord, I guess you can join there, and then the docs and the rules and stuff. But yeah, so let's move on. So this is a tier list draft. This is the whole entire tier listing. As you can see, there's no references, so you can't really see like the thing. So I apologize there. That would just take a lot of work. In MBL, they actually unbanned a lot of like base Uber Pokemon that can be actually used well in competitive play with some restrictions on them. I will go over the restrictions of all the Uber Pokemon that have been picked up. But if you want to see, up here is the points of like how much points each mon costs, and you have 115 points to draft 10 to 12 mons. Ooh, apologies. So yeah, and then you get to make your team off of that. So as you can see, I'm playing as the London Luxrays. So yeah, you can have 10 to 12 mons. This draft I only picked up 10, and you get 115 points to spend on all the mons you want, and you have to fill out 10 to 12. So as you can see, this is the draft order right here. I ended up becoming 4th on the draft order, which was fantastic because I could end up picking up a really good value pick of like, because especially there's like unbanned Ubers. But as well, it's a snake draft, so it does come back up. So my second round pick would be something that I wanted to go for value with overall. But yeah, and then so right here, as you can see, as I highlighted, these are the the bans that on the restrictions of the Uber Pokemon. King of Omega unbanned without access to Saspectars. No Protein, Greninja only. No Z moves, no U-turn, no Gunshot. Blaziken unbanned with access to Speed Boost, but no Mega. Lele, no Z moves. Darker, no Z moves or Nasty Plot. Deoxys Speed, no Z moves or Nasty Plot. Genesis must be holding a drive and no speed boosting moves, which means no shift gear. Magina, no Z moves or speed boosting moves, which also means no shift gear. And then Negadella, no Z moves or Nasty Plot. And then Ho-Ho, no Z moves, no healing move, including Regenerator, so you have to run pressure. But you can run lefties on it. I did ask about that. But yeah, so those are restrictions for those Ubermons. Those are all the Ubermons that were unbanned, other than Aegislash, as you can see. But yeah, as the 4th round pick, I'll talk about my draft a little bit. I wanted just a really good core in general and something easy to build off of, because I was like not really paying attention at the time. Like, I was drafting for Fluffy, I was drafting for other things, so I was like kind of really busy on what I needed to do. But overall, I ended up just picking up Aegislash. So as you can see, Aegislash, it did cost me 19 points, however, but there was no bans on Aegislash. It's one of the only Ubermons that didn't have, it's the only Ubermon that didn't have a ban on it, I think. But overall, I do think it's fantastic. Like, as you can see, its stats, in Aegislash Blade, it's 150, 150 defense, 150 special defense, and then in attack, it comes to 150 attack and 150 special attack. As you can see, I'll whip it up on Showdown real quick. Just to go over it, it gets access to D-Bond and the Gyro Ball, which is so good. Iron Head, King Shield, which is fantastic, and then gets priority in Shadow Sneak. It gets coverage in Sacred Sword and Rock Slide, and gets set up in your face with SD. Like, I could King Shield, get hit by physical, it lowers the attack by 2, set up an SD, and then just start sweeping with Shadow Sneak and like Sacred Sword or something like that. It's so good just to bring in because it can wall out many types, and I need it is a spin blocker, and it's a very threatening spin blocker. But yeah, this was my round 1 pick, so I ended up having 96 points left. I didn't run Z on Aegis Slash, but because I wanted to run Z on different things. But Aegis Slash was just a solid mon that I could pick up and easily build a team around it because it's so versatile. It can be a special tackle or physical tackle each week. I can bring max HP on it. I can like speed creep it a little bit, but basically it's not the greatest. I also try to like run a little bit of Trick Room because Trick Room Aegis Slash is kind of OP. I don't think it gets it itself. No, it doesn't. But yeah, it's kind of OP in a way that like I can run min speed and hit things hard with 150 attack, as well as protecting myself and knowing people's attack stat. But yeah, so next, I wanted something to pair really well with Aegis Slash. I wanted High Dragon, but I felt like I could hold off on High Dragon and maybe not get sniped in round 3, because I saw a lot of people picking up dragons here. Like I saw both Lotties go, I saw Mega Lotties go. In this league, you can draft both the base forms and the mega forms. Like, there's no restrictions here and there. But I saw a lot of megas going. I saw, like, Victini going. I saw many, many things that, like, I wanted to build around with Aegis Slash going. Like, I wanted a good ground. High Dragon's typing is perfect with Aegis Slash. It covers all of Aegis Slash's weakness, and Aegis Slash covers all of High Dragon's weaknesses. But I felt like I could get that in a later round because I didn't think High Dragon was that prevalent during that time. So next, I went for more status control and a defogger, so I got Tapu Fini. So Tapu Fini is amazing with this Mystery Train ability. It prevents me from getting status on any of my mons, so no burn Toxic on Fini is fantastic. No Toxic on Fini is fantastic. I can set up on it. No burn on Aegis Slash if I wanted to run physical, which a lot of people do on physical Aegis Slash. It was only worth 14 points, so I did think it was a good value pick, as well as a reliable defogger. Defog Fini. Its overall bulk is just fantastic with 130, 115, and a pretty good speed stat in 85 for a defensive wall. 95 special attack is not that bad either. I don't mind it. Has the same special attack as Coco, so like, just its coverage is very good, and same with Nature's Madness, apologies. Overall, it just doesn't get any reliable recovery, which I try to pair it up with a good Wish Passer next round. But yeah, overall, it's just a good defogger that I really needed, because I like to try to get my defoggers out of the way as well. It's more of a like Aegis Slash Infinity are both tanks, which I do fairly enjoy because I like the bulkiness of a tank and then coming back in and hitting hard with that setup sweeper or something like that. Especially with Aegis Slash on the field, people really have to prefer Aegis Slash. And if you don't prefer Fini, you can just sit up in your face and like leftovers and just chip down your team here and there if you don't have a really good thing to hit Fini with, because it can take HP grasses and HP electrics for a lot. Like it'll do like 26 to 35%. Depending on like what mon you use, and if you're just trying to run coverage HP, it really won't do anything to Fini. But overall, I do think Fini was a good pickup for me. So, like I said, I wasn't able to get High Dragon in the third round. I ended up getting sniped like right before my pick. It would have been Fini, Aegis Slash High Dragon would have been an insane core. Just a really good Fairy Dragon Steel core. But I ended up picking up another defogger in Latias. So Latias, instead of High Dragon, which Latias was one more point than High Dragon, it was another 14 points. It gets the ability to levitate, so it covers my ground weakness with Aegis Slash. I do have a double ghost and a double dark weakness that I try to cover up as best as I can with them. It gives me a Wish Passer, so I can Wish Pass into Aegis Slash and Fini. It might not be in that role every single week. It's just a very like it's a thing that I can do. It does get Wish, yeah. It's Wish. It has a very good special defense stat, same as special defense stat as Fini. It has a good special attack stat, and it has a very good speed stat because both of my Aegis Slash and Fini are pretty slow. It just gives me another bolster option, and Wish with this team so far can be very good, as well as another defogger. But overall, I like Latias. It can set up in your face with Calm Mind. It can be a 3 coverage recover sweeper. It can be my defog Wish. I can run a Reflect type recover. Like overall, I feel like it could be very good, and I can really run it how I want. Does it Trick Room? I didn't really look at it. No, it doesn't. But yeah. Yeah, and it gets EQ and as well as stuff. It's like a B, for me, it's a B-Tech Hydreigon with Wish, which I really needed. Wish users with Finny and Aegislash could go very well, as well as another pretty bulky mon. My opponent really will have to prep for the bulk that I have, like, be able to live a hit and deal back just a bunch of damage, or chip damage even, but yeah. So next, moving on, I do try to cover up, like, my ground, so I try to cover up Finny weakness, because Latias does this as Finny's weaknesses, which are poison, grass, and electric. I do try to cover up more electric type and get another good get a stealth walker, like my main stealth walker for the team, as well as a spinner. So I ended up picking up Donphan. I didn't know if this was a good round 4 pick or not, because Donphan can go like round 4, 5, or 6. I was really contemplating, like, could I get more value out of mons I picked, but instead I just, like, was trying to play it safe. Donphan's just reliable. It has very good defense stats as well, but my speed stats aren't looking great, but my defense stats are. 120 defense, so, like, I have 2 special defensive, like, tanks and Aegislash, and then Donphan as a defensive tank. But yeah, it's very hard for people to, like, really just run through me with mons, like, just not set up mons, I guess. Some of my mons could be really set up fodder, like Finny, but Latias and Donphan I don't think are set up fodder as well as Aegislash. But yeah, it's my main stealth walker. It's my earthquake switch in, like my electric type switch in. Gets stealth dog, it gets ice shard, it gets Endeavor ice shard, it gets gyro ball, it gets gunk shot, it gets knockoff, it gets play rough, it gets earthquake, seed bomb, rock polish, superpower, but mostly it's there for rapid spin and stealth dogs. That's what I'm probably going to use it for, unless I want to choice ban Donphan in a game, if Donphan really just shreks with 4 moves. But yeah, overall it's just going to be my main stealth walker, and that's all they really wanted out of it, as well as defensive wall. But yeah, so going on the lines of not bolstering up my speed stats, in round 5 I could just find a wall, like a literal wall that goes perfectly with my team, is P2. Hear me out. So P2 with Eviolite is a monster. My team doesn't take knockoffs well, I guess, other than, like, Latias. I mean, not Latias. Other than Finny and Donphan can take them. But P2 with this thing, its only weakness is fighting types. I guess knockoff is a big threat, so I can't really go to Aegislash, but Aegislash can come in on any fighting hit that I really want it to. It's just a monster in front. I can run Trace, Download, or Analytic. It's mostly there because Trick Room. This thing, it can set up Trick Room for me with Aegislash and Donphan, which could just decimate teams here and there. Overall, it has, like, Ice Beam, it has, like, Tri-Attack, it has very good coverage for its, like, mon ability, but yeah, it gets reliable recovery and recover, so I don't have to wish pass into it every single time. But yeah, mostly I'm there for that Trick Room, and as well, it just tanks hits. It tanks hits. Like, it's one of my biggest Uber answers, like, how I'm gonna tank hits from Ho-Ho, and, like, yeah, it's just gonna be there to wall out and, like, just stop a mon. As well, it's pretty passive. It can get set up on very well. I do have to be aware of that, but if I run Trick Room, like, if he's setting up with D-Dance, I can just hit him, go in Donphan, hit something, or go into Aegislash and hit something like Shadow Claw or Sacred Sword or something like that. But yeah, overall my team is kind of passive, I can see that, as well as my speed stats are pretty bad. But with Trick Room, it could be here and there. So next, I end up picking up, to boost up my speed stats a little bit, and as well as giving me a knockoff switch in, I end up picking up Cobalion. So, Cobalion and P2 work very well together with Aegislash. I have some fire resist into Latias and Finny, so that's why I'm not too worried about my double fire type, like, between Aegislash and Cobalion. It just gives me an insane knockoff switch in, to get that justified boost off. If I predict into P2, Latias, or Aegislash, it would be there to eat up that justified hit and hit it out. As well as 108 base speed, 129 defense is just amazing. It can wall out some things. I find with Cobalion's defense stat, though, it can't really wall out, like, main things like 15 and stuff like that can really threaten out my team. But It gives me another Stealth Arc user. It's also my Z user. I have 4 Z users on the team. Not everyone has 4. It's just how my points worked out. Like, it's the base of your points. You have 35 points that fill in your Zs, and just somehow I fit into 12. So Cobalion is an insane Z user. It gets Stone Edge. It gets so much. It gets double dance. It's very, very threatening, and it's very versatile on how I want to bring it. Can be on special or physical. It gets Volt Switch. It gives me a Volt Switch. Another Volt Switch. Like, it gives me my first Volt Switch because I don't have Volt Turn on this team. Stealth Archer, like I said, an SD Rock Polish Sacred Sword set. Iron Head, like close combat, I can set up with Calm Minds, give me Volt Switch, like I said, Thunder Wave and Taunt. But yeah, overall, like, just Cobalion's a big threat that has to be there. It can just be my Rock Polish, Rockium Z, Continental Crash Z user that I need to get rid of things with. But yeah, I think it was a very good fit with my team. Next, moving on, I ended up picking up Incineroar because I wanted another knockoff answer as well as a Dark type. I think Incineroar is one of the best Dark types in the game. It's also another Z user that I was using because Incineroar and Z is allowed. I just felt like Intimidate could really help me with, especially with setting up with Aegislash or Cobalion if I needed to. Or even Latias, I guess. But yeah, it's 115 attack stat and 95 HP is very, very good, as well as it's another Trick Room abuser I could use, because dual Darkness Lariat and Flare Blitz under Trick Room, not a lot of things want to come in as well. It gives me a U-turner, so I have Cobalion and Incineroar as my Volt Turn. It's not that great, but it gives me a little bit more momentum that I need. But yeah, overall, I just thought Incineroar would have been a very good pickup, and I do think it does well because it can bring it in on, like, it can take fire hits for Aegislash, it can take dark hits for Aegislash. Aegislash can come in on the fighting hits for the ground. It also pairs well with Latias because Latias takes all of his weaknesses like fighting, ground, water, and immunes them, and same with Latias. If I run a Z user, it's also my Z user. Like I said, I can come in on knockouts freely, and I don't have to rely on the risky Cobalion switch in. But yeah, as you can see, my team is like sort of good. Like, I have 3 main things that are weak to fighting, and I have 3 really good resistance right here. But yeah, I'm just trying to synergize my team very, very well. Hopefully it works out. So next, I end up using another Z user, which was Tornadus Incarnate. I picked up in Tornadus Incarnate because Latias was my only ground spam, like Cobalion and Incineroar and Aegislash work to ground, and Tornadus I with the 111 speed really helps my speed stats as well. So I'm not weak on that end. With Prankster ability and Z user, it can really do a lot of things. Sorry. It gets Defog as well. It's gonna give another Defog user, like I said. It gives me it can run physical or special, which I love in this format that I can use. It gets an insane move pool with knockoff, Hurricane, Sludge Wave, like Extrasensory, Dark Pulse, Focus Blast. It gets bulk up and agility. Also gets Tailwind, and it gives me another U-turn user that I want for more momentum. It gives me a Tailwind, so if I need to double up my speed, I can try to run Modest sometimes. Maybe run a Tailwind like Sweeping Aegislash or something like that. Could be very good. Just its attack on both sides, physical and special, could be tremendously helpful, as well as that U-turn switching and that ground immunity. As well, it doesn't put Latias, Dawnfan and Finny into those hazard removal roles. I can bring in Tornadus here and there. So next, I wanted a dominant electric type that was very, very low tier, and I got it for a very good price. For 4 points, I got a Alolan Raichu. It gives me a Volt Switch user, and that's what I wanted. It gives me another fast Mon. Like, I have Cobalion now, Latias, Tornadus, and Alolan Raichu. So I feel like my speed stats are doing very well on that side. Like, I feel very confident going into matches now that I'm not going to be able to get run on with Modest now, because I've Prankster Tailwind that they can't just run Modest on, or like Adamant or something like that. But now Alolan Raichu with Z-Use Mover with Stork Surfer or whatever it's called, as well is 110 speed. It gives me a Volt Switch user and a dual stab Psychic user, as well as a little bit of a setup sweeper with Nasty Plot. That's what I really wanted. It gives me a Fake Out Endeavor Extreme Speed sets. I could even run that with Sash. It gives me a lot of like capabilities with it, but I mostly wanted there for that dual Psychic stab, because Latias might not be able to bring that Psychic stab every single week, because I might have to run Recover, I might have to run Wish, I might have to run Defog. Like, a lot of pressure on my team is relied on Latias. I don't have to worry about that every single week. With the low Nightshade, because I can just come in with that that Volt Switch, that Thunderbolt, and Psyshock / Psychic stab with Nasty Plot. Just can come in and decimate teams if you don't really prep for it. But yeah, overall, I do think it was a very good pickup, and it just worked so well with my last picks. Like, I needed an electric type, and I really wanted Jolteon, but Jolteon was 10 points, and I didn't want to sacrifice because I needed another ground immunity. And it also stacks up on my ground weakness. But yeah, I also just not too phased about it. So my last pick is my Mega. No one else picked their Mega. Like, no one could pick up a Mega except me, so that's why my Mega was in the last slot. And I'm picking up a Bolstering Speed Stat and Mega Beedrill. So my speed stats are looking amazing with 110, 111, 108, 110, like two 110s. Oh no, wait. Two 110s alone, Nightshade and Latias. Tenacious with 111, Cobalon with 108, and I have a 145 Mega Beedrill. Mega Beedrill Aegislash is very, very threatening, especially when I have maybe a choice spec spamming Tornado's Eye with Hurricane, maybe Latias with Finny with P2. Like, it's so hard. Like, I have a lot of big threats on my team, especially adding with Aegislash and Beedrill. Maybe a good fire type could get through my team, but I can deal with fire types here and there. But yeah, with Mega Beedrill, someone has to prep for it. Like, you have to have a check to Mega Beedrill, or it just runs through your team with adaptability. With U-Turn, Poison Jab, it gives me a good Volt turn switch in now with Alola Nightshade and Mega Beedrill that are both fast, as well as double U-Turn with Tornadus and Beedrill. Like, you have to have something for this Mega B, especially with Aegislash. Now you have to have something to wall out Aegislash and something to wall out Mega B, and both of those things have both great stabs. Mega Beedrill, I just can talk about forever. It gets U-Turn, it gets Fell Sting at that +3 boost. With Poison Jab, Drill, and Knockoff. It's very linear, but it's amazing on what it does. I'm just so happy I could get it. In the 10th round of the draft. But yeah, overall, I just do enjoy my team. And then, so this is my final teammate here. As you can see, those are my 4 ZUs movers, and Mega Beedrill rounds that off. So, hope you guys all enjoyed this draft analysis. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in week 1 of MBL. Thank you.